Good morning, boys and girls. Let's continue in Anne Frank. I'm on the bottom of 164, Friday, the 3rd of March, 1944.
3 March 1944. Dear Kitty, when I looked into the candle this evening, I felt calm and happy. Footnote: in Jewish homes, candles are lit on the Sabbath Eve. Oma seems to be in the candle, and it is Oma too who shelters and protects me, and who always makes me feel happy again. But there is someone else who governs all my moods, and that is Pater. When I went up to get the potatoes today, and was still standing on the stepladder with the pan, he at once asked, "What have you been doing since lunch?" I went and sat on the steps, and we started talking. At 5:15, an hour later, the potatoes, which had been sitting on the floor in the meantime, finally reached their destinations. Pater didn't say another word about his parents. We just talked about books and about the past. The boy has such warmth in his eyes. I believe I'm pretty near to being in love with him. He talked about that this evening. I went into his room after peeling the potatoes and said that I felt hot. You can tell what the temperature is by Margot and me. If it's cold, we are white, and if it is hot, we are red in the face, I said. In love? He asked. Why should I be in love? My answer was rather silly. Why not? He said, and then we had to go for supper. Would he have meant anything by that question? I finally managed to ask him today whether he didn't find my chatter a nuisance. He only said, "It's okay. I like it." To what extent this answer was just shyness, I am not able to judge. Kitty, I'm just like someone in love who can only talk about her darling, and Pater really is a darling. When shall I be able to tell him so? Naturally, only if he thinks I'm a darling too. But I'm quite capable of looking after myself, and he knows that very well. And he likes his tranquility, so I have no idea how much he likes me. In any case, we are getting to know each other a bit. I wish we dared to tell each other much more already. Who knows? The time may come sooner than I think. I get an understanding look from him about twice a day. I wink back, and we both feel happy. I certainly seem quite mad to be talking about him being happy, and yet I feel pretty sure that he thinks just the same as I do. Yours, Anna.
I like this part for two reasons. One, she's such a outgoing, outspoken person, but she's shy when it comes to telling Peter how she actually feels. But that's usually how it is when you like somebody or have feelings for somebody. But we know that in a couple months her family's going to be caught. So I'm, as a mom, as a female, I'm glad that she gets to have this encounter. She gets to have this crush. She gets to have this very typical teenage experience before they get caught. Let's continue.
Saturday, 4 March 1944. Dear Kitty, this is the first Saturday for months and months that hasn't been boring, dreary, and dull, and Pater is the cause. This morning I went to the attic to hang up my apron when Daddy asked whether I'd like to stay and talk some French. I agreed. First we talked French, and I explained something to Pater. Then we did some English. Daddy read out loud to us from Dickens, and I was in the seventh heaven because I sat on Daddy's chair very close to Pater. I went downstairs at 11 o'clock. When I came upstairs again at 11:30, he was already waiting for me on the stairs. We talked until 1:45. If, as I leave the room, he gets a chance after a meal, for instance, and if no one can hear, he says, "Goodbye, Anna. See you soon."
This ends side 1 of cassette 4. Please turn the cassette over and start side 2 from the same point.
Oh, I am so pleased. I wonder if he is going to fall in love with me after all. Anyway, he is a very nice fellow, and no one knows what lovely talks I have with him. Mrs. Von Don quite approves when I go and talk to him, but she asked today teasingly, Can I really trust you two up there together? Of course, I protested. Really, you quite insult me. From morn till night, I look forward to seeing Peter. Yours, Anna. Monday.
All right, we'll stop right there and continue in the next entry.